Hey, it's JJ here, owner of Scotland's original beard care brand, Braw Beard. Born in Scotland and enjoyed worldwide, Braw Beard produce high quality beard care products and a range of clothing. As the brand grows, so does our community, the Brawtherhood. With this show, I want to give you a further insight into the brand and the people involved. We'll be sharing stories, lessons learned, beard care tips, and interviews with our athletes and ambassadors, and generally just shooting the shit and seeing where the conversation takes us. You're listening to our brand new podcast, or should I say, the Braw Cast. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy the show. Right, cool. Welcome to the Braw Cast. This is episode 1, and to be honest, we're winging it. A few of the Brawtherhood guys have been asking for a podcast, and I've appeared as a guest on some before, so I've been encouraged to do my own podcast for Braw. So here we are. I am sat with my lovely wife, Elaine.
Hiya.
Mrs Braw. So the whole idea behind this episode is to give you a little bit background into how Braw started, how it became a thing, because it wasn't like it was really planned, was it?
No.
It came about by accident, literally. So yeah, so we're
Something just kind of rolled into almost.
yeah, pretty much. Aye, it did. It rolled into it as a good expression. So yeah, so this setup is set up in the corner of the lab. As I say, this is the first time we've ever done this, so we are literally in the corner of the lab on borrowed equipment as well. I need to give a shout out to Eric for loaning me these mics and the recording equipment as well. So this is the first time I've used it. It looks like we're recording. Pretty sure we're recording. The GoPro's running. So yeah, we're going to kind of get started. So the start off, well, let's go back to kind of the start, right? So I grew up in a small mining village in East Lothian called McMurray. I moved there when I was 4. I came from another school, so I joined a school, McMurray Primary School, halfway through the term, I guess. And I remember, for instance, this podcast thing and the vlogging is totally new to me. I hate talking in front of people, and I remember being stood in front of the class at 4-year-old, and the teacher said, "Right, this is a new kid. Basically, this is John. Who wants to sit next to him?" So this wee dude put his hand in the air, and it was wee guy. I just remember looking out in the sea of heads, and this wee guy, Paul, wee Biff. You know wee Biff?
Yep.
Yeah, so he put his hand up, and I ended up sitting next to Biff, and we've been best of friends ever since. So that was 31 years ago. Yeah, probably be over 30 years ago. So
See, that itself's a little bit harsh. Like, what happens if nobody put their hand up?
I know.
And your ego as a 4-year-old is just totally destroyed. You're like, yeah, great, thanks, teacher.
I know. So yeah,
Risky.
thanks very much. Yeah, you make me stand in front of the. So I guess that was my first time standing in front of a crowd and speaking to people. So yeah, from there I went through school, kind of sailed through school, I guess, and I wasn't that smart at school. I wasn't very academically smart. I was just, I guess I had some common sense. You might disagree with that, but
Peaks and troughs.
yeah. So I kind of just got my way through school, and then started working when I was 15, and then kind of been working ever since in different jobs. And so yeah, started off. I worked for a local go-karting centre, and then
R.I.P. Raceland.
Oh, Raceland, I know. What a place that was. And then I got into sign writing and graphic design, and then I was working in graphic design as an art worker as well until 2018. The start of 2018 is when I left my full-time job to go with Braw. So yeah, that was kind of from school onwards, and we met in school, didn't we? Was it high school?
Yeah, so you were 2 years above me, and I actually think that by the time we met, I think you had just left school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think you were fresh out of it, because I don't ever remember actually seeing you there.
Right, okay.
I think you had just left when I sort of joined your group of friends. and like latched on like a limpet.
Yeah, because we went to the same high school, right? But okay, so we went to the same high school, and we kind of had the same connection of friends, and it became a bigger circle of friends.
Yeah.
And that's how we met each other. So I would be, I don't know what age I'd be.
I think you were 16 and I was 14.
Really, that's when we first met each other. All right, and then we were into the same kind of music and stuff. We were into rock music. Were you into bikes and that back then? Your dad's a biker, right?
Yeah, he was, but I wasn't really all that fussed. I was cycling, but I wasn't mountain biking or anything then.
Right, okay.
I was just cruising through puberty, hanging on by my fingernails, just trying to make it through.
Yeah, just try to ride it through. So, right, okay, so fast forward to 2005 is when we became a couple, right? We got together.
Yeah.
Right, I finally got the balls to ask her out. So yeah, so I was 21, you were 19 or something. Yeah. And then we started going out. We've been a couple ever since, right? So
yeah.
What's that been?
14 years.
Shit, 14 years.
See, I never think I'm that old until I think that we've known each other for almost 20 years and we've actually been like a legit couple for 14. Makes me feel ancient.
It's mad, eh?
I know.
It's like even like just now, like Braw started in 2012 was when I made the first bottle. So even that's a long time, but I don't know. Time just seems to go really fast. So that's how we got together, right?
Yeah.
And then we started getting into mountain biking together. We'd go cycling. We bought mountain bikes and we go riding a lot. I began to started racing downhill mountain bikes.
I'm not that tough. I do not have the nerves for it. I death grip my handlebars, clench my teeth, and go over like tiny little logs.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna race.
You still do pretty well.
Oh, thanks.
You still attack big obstacles and stuff.
And then just like bounce off them.
Yeah. That's kind of what I tend to do, but I tend to break.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, we got into mountain biking. The reason I mentioned mountain biking is that's one of the things that started Braw Beard. So I started racing downhill. I don't know, 2007, 2008 or something.
Yeah, like it wasn't really that long after we started going out.
Nah, because I remember 2006 was the first time I went to Glen Tress down in Peebles.
Yep.
I went down there with my cousin and a few friends, and we were riding down there because we made a video. We thought we had heard about Glen Tress. It was all jump parks and getting pretty gnarly trails they were called at the time.
Dude,
they're a bit smooth now, but yeah. So we took the video camera and thought we were going to make a really cool video. And looking back on it, it wasn't great. It was all right.
It was funny though.
It was funny. It's funny to look back on. So that was 2006, and I think I started racing just for fun, really, in the Scottish Championship and stuff like that. And then fast forward to 2011. That's kind of where
the year it all changed.
The year it all changed, yeah. So the point I'm getting to is there was this event in Fort William. It was a mountain biking event, and it was a 6-hour endurance race. So you've got the Mountain Bike World Cup track, which is on the side of Annaghmore. Yeah, up at Nevis Range. And I can't remember what the World Cup guys, they do it in about 4.5 minutes, I think.
Yeah, like also they're elite, so they're pretty rapid at it.
Yeah, it's scary fast.
Yeah.
So the idea is that the track starts at the very top of the Annaghmore and then down to the bottom car park. And I think our average time was like 6 minutes, so over a minute slower than the World Cup guys.
Yeah, but even then, that's still fast. Like it's a long, hard track.
Yeah, I can't remember the length of the track actually. I should have really checked before we came on here, but hey ho. But yeah, right. So we're getting down into about 6 minutes. But the event was a 6-hour endurance race. So the idea was, you started off in the bottom car park. Everybody cycled up the hill a bit to a certain point, joined the track, then raced down to the bottom.
Yeah.
And then from that point, you got on the gondola, which takes you to the top of the hill. and you just do that as many times as you can in 6 hours.
Yeah.
So I think the record was like 15 laps.
It's something horrific.
Yeah, I think it was 15 laps, which doesn't sound much, but it's brutal. The track is brutal. So anyway, I had done this event before in 2010, and I think I finished 31st or something.
Yeah.
And then obviously I wanted to beat that the next year, which was 2011. So I'd been training for a year, been in the gym, been on the bike a lot, building up to this race. And then 2 weeks before the event, it was a Saturday. In fact, it was exactly 2 weeks before the event. I went up to train it to get my last sort of practice in. And I remember being at the top. No, we were at the bottom car park, and we had done what we had said was the last lap. And then checked the watches. We had time to do one more, and I was banging on a piss as well. I was going to go to the toilet, and I can't remember who it was. Somebody says, right, let's get another lap in. We've got time. So I was like, right, cool. I'll just get another lap in. We'll be back in like 15 minutes. And so anyway, got to the top, started the track where I'm racing down, not racing, but going really fast on trying to get the race pace. And I don't know, 3/4 of the way down the track, there's a section, you come past a wall ride, down a few steps. It was a left-hander over through a rock garden, and I was going through there. I don't know what speed. It felt pretty quick. Going through there, it had been raining, and there's big boulders everywhere. There's big rocks. So I was going through there fast. The front wheel slipped off the rock unexpectedly, and I just remember going over the handlebars and into a big rock. This rock is 5 foot.
Yeah, it's a beast.
It's a beast, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it doesn't move. I tried. I hit it pretty hard and did not shift.
Failed miserably.
Failed miserably. So I hit it with the top of my head. Hit it like a dart at the top of my head, and I crushed 2 vertebrae, C7 and T1, which is your last neck and your first back. And the horrible thing was, I remember feeling and hearing the bones crushing.
Oh.
But it's horrible because, like, you know, I was on another podcast and I said, like, if you stub your toe, if it cracks, you hear the crack.
Yeah.
But when it's in your neck, it's an internal sound.
Yeah.
It's horrible. So yeah, I remember
That's
that.
the sound of doom and dread.
It's horrific. It was just horrible. I knew exactly what I'd done as well because I know the anatomy pretty well, just for years of training and stuff. I was aware which bones or the area that was damaged. But anyway, I remember hitting the rock, ending up in the middle of the track, and I was out in front. So I'm in the middle of the track. The boys come scooting around the corner, and my dad was there as well, and Stuart was there, and a few other guys. And they came around the corner, and I'm on all fours in the middle of the track, and I just didn't want to move. But when they came around, they were obviously asking what had happened, told them what happened, went over the handlebars, hit the rock. I'm now on my hands and knees in the middle of the track, and but I could wiggle my toes and I could wiggle my fingers, and I thought, right, the spinal column must be all right.
Yeah.
And I could move my feet. So I'm at like, it was my decision. I asked the guys to help me stand to my feet.
Yeah.
Which they did, and I walked to the side of the track, but my back was bent over, my leg was arched over. And then I remember we walked to the next fire road, which wasn't that far away. And somebody had taken my bike to there, and I just put my leg over the bike and cycled. Well, never cycled, a free wheel down to the car park. I remember being kind of slumped over the bike and just free wheel to the bottom. Oh man, I should not have done that.
No.
Nah, that's the wrong thing to do if you think you've got a broken back, is get back on a bike.
Yeah, like stand up, move, get on something that you could potentially fall off again.
Oh, no.
Did you pee yourself?
Did I put... No.
Inquiring minds want to know.
No, right, okay, that's coming later. So...
There we are.
No, I didn't pee myself. That's surprising. But
I would have.
Yeah.
Whether through impact or fear of what was happening, I think I would have just let loose.
I know.
Just let it flow.
I'm surprised I never, to be honest. Would have kept me warm. Anyway, so free wheel to the bottom. Got to the car park, and they told me, the staff down there says, right, you need to go to hospital. So I remember going in the back of the van, slumped.
Hold on. Like, so what were you thinking at that time? Like, apart from like the actual logistics of like, right, this is how I need to keep my back, this is what I need to do. Like, what was actually going through your head at that point?
Well, it was weird because I wasn't convinced I had a broken back.
Yeah.
But I was aware something was very wrong because I
Yeah.
couldn't stand up straight, and it was just a weird pain. Like I just felt everything was solid in my back, and my
Yeah.
neck. Obviously, the muscles had tightened up. But yeah, it was just what I was worrying, like what damage I'd done. I heard something crack.
Yeah.
In fact, I heard a few things crack as the impact went through the column, and I was aware something was wrong. But the fact I was walking and doing all this stuff,
Yeah.
made me think it wasn't broken. But then I guess that was adrenaline as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I wasn't thinking. Clearly wasn't thinking straight. I got
No.
back on the bike.
Yeah. I guess as well, you play, because you're quite a practical person, like the practicalities would have taken over of like, right, I need to get to the bottom of this mountain. Not, oh, holy shit, like, am I going to be paralysed? I shouldn't move. Like, somebody phone mountain rescue or something. Like, nah, I just need to get off this hill.
That's exactly it. Yeah. In hindsight, I should have got the helicopter.
Yeah.
But
Take note, kids.
yeah. But no, it was just that. It was like, I just need to get to the bottom of the hill, get to somebody who knows what they're doing.
Yep.
A doctor or get to the hospital. So anyway, they told me I need to get to the hospital. So got in the back of the van because I couldn't sit down. I couldn't sit in the seat in the front. So I had to get my hands and knees over a toolbox. I remember being slumped over a toolbox.
Classy.
Well, it was just to rest. It was to rest my chest on. I remember being slumped over the toolbox, and yeah, we drove to is it Belford Hospital? Bedford?
Yeah, I think it's Belford and Fort William.
In Fort William. It went there. Dad opened the back doors, and I like sort of shuffle my way out the out the back of the van and then we walked into the A&E department. And so told them what happened. Obviously panic set in with them.
Yeah.
They got me onto a hospital bed, took my body armour off and took my top off and stuff. And they asked me to lie down. They said, right, you got to lie down on your back. And that's what I tried, but I couldn't. My back had seized up in that position.
Yeah.
So I was hunched up. And I says, like, I can't lie down. It's just not happening. Everyone's seized up. So they gave me I think it was morphine. And I just lay flat.
Yeah.
It just relaxed me totally.
I remember once my big brother saw, like, my brother used to play rugby.
Yeah.
And one of his teammates hurt himself really badly and they had to call the paramedics. And they're all huddled around him. This one guy went, mate, seriously, if they offer you morphine, take it. You'll feel amazing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I
know. Well, it did. It was amazing. I'm sure. I think it was morphine. The whole thing was kind of a blur.
Yeah.
But whatever it was, it relaxed me the fuck out. I lay flat. It was amazing. So yeah, I can't remember what happened after that. I remember lying flat, and then eventually it sat me back up, and it started prodding my back and saying, "Does this hurt? Does this hurt? Does this hurt?" And every time they asked me a question, I either went yes or no, and I got a bollocking for that because obviously I was moving my neck.
Yeah.
And they gave me a bollocking as well for not getting airlifted off the hill. But like, it's one of the things, right? Like, you've had a few injuries. I've had a few injuries. Sometimes they're worse than others.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to get airlifted off the side of the hill.
Yeah.
And it turns out I've got like a scratch on my back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like wasting all that time and resource when my feet are working.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just that kind of guy. It's like it'll take a lot for me to go to hospital.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I'm with you, but I guess it's one of those things that it's only in hindsight you can actually appreciate. Well, I heard something crack and then I couldn't stand properly or straighten my back. So yeah, maybe that would have warranted calling the helicopter out.
That's the thing. Like, looking back on it, if it happened again, I would 100% get a helicopter.
It's one of those things as well. If it happened to someone else, you'd be like, no, we're getting the helicopter for you.
Aye, yeah,
but
definitely.
because it's you and you're
stubborn, and I guess it was my decision. It was my decision. So went to hospital, got the X-ray. Turned out 2 broken vertebrae, and I was only in hospital overnight because it was compression, like wedge fracture.
Yeah.
So I didn't need surgery or anything. So that's coming back to the pee story, right? So I was in overnight, and I think, man, I've been holding this piss since like 3 o'clock, and I think at this point it was maybe 8 or 9 o'clock at night.
Oh, that's a long time to hold a pee.
I know, but I wasn't really thinking about it like in that period of time.
Yeah.
It was just once I got in the hospital bed and comfortable, I was like, shit, I really need a piss. So they brought me one of those cardboard trays.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, also I couldn't sit up, and I was wearing a neck brace and stuff.
Yeah.
And so they gave me the cardboard tray to pee in. I remember I brimmed it. Like, totally brimmed it. And I casually put it on the side of the table.
Did you not even get like one of the bottles? Like it was the bowl?
No, it wasn't a bowl. It's like this cardboard. It's like a bowl with a lid. You just...
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, stick it in and then pee.
Yeah, yeah, but rather than it being like
It
open.
wasn't
like,
open.
Yeah.
But also there's a hole for your your dick. Right. So right. So I kind of got it up on the table, and the nurse came through, all jolly, and I was like, "Hi, how are you? How are you?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm cool, but you need to like tilt that when you lift it." So,
like, love, you need to cock Annie with that.
Exactly. I was just trying to help her. I didn't want to spill it everywhere. So,
I know. Imagine that would just been like the start of her shift. You just got your pee like right the way down her, on her shoes and stuff.
No. So yeah,
that'd ruin your day.
It would. So yeah, I remember that. Just yeah. So that was that. So she took the piss away, and I spent the night in hospital. But the thing was, we were meant to be going out for date night that night, right?
We were.
We had planned to, like, I'd go up to Fort William, do my practice, drive all the way back, and we were going to go out for a meal or cinema or something. I can't remember.
Do you know what? There was definitely food. I can't remember if there was cinema or what there was, but yes, when you were there, I was prancing around my house, getting ready because I had date night.
Yeah.
Didn't have date night. There was no date night to be had on that eve.
No.
So no, you didn't phone me. You didn't have much battery left on your phone.
That's right.
So I got a text message to say, babe, I'm not going to make date night or dinner. Crashed my bike. I'm in hospital. And I'm pretty confident you actually told me that you had a spinal fracture through text message because you didn't have enough battery to phone me. You know, I'm going to be okay. Like, I'm not paralysed. I'm going to be fine, but I'm going to be staying up here all night. My phone's going to die, so I'm switching my phone off now. So that was how I found out that John had broken his back and then had nothing until the next day when I went up in the car with your dad for the 3-hour journey to pick you up. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I couldn't phone you because if I did and the battery died on me, it would have sounded a lot worse.
Yeah.
At least I gave you the whole story in a text message.
Yeah, I mean, it's still not the ideal way to find out about that sort of injury. Yeah. Like, I knew that if it was going to be awful, like, he would have found a way to phone me.
Yeah.
So I knew that because it was a text, he probably was definitely okay, but I was still absolutely wetting myself. Like, I couldn't wait for the next day so I could get in the car, come up and get you, actually see you with my own eyes.
Yeah.
Like, touch you, make sure that you were actually okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just could not come around soon enough.
I know, it was quite a scary time, I guess, once the adrenaline wore off. And well, for me anyway. Yeah. Once the adrenaline wore off and spent the night in hospital and thinking, shit, my back is actually damaged.
Yeah.
And it is still, my neck still sits a bit further forward than it should, just for the crush.
Yeah, it's a bit lumpy.
Just the way the spine, or the way the vertebrae sit.
Yeah. And to make me sound like a total cow, I mean, I was gutted I wasn't going out for dinner. Like, obviously I was concerned about John, but I was really looking forward to date night.
You did feel bad though, you must have, because you brought up millionaire shortbread. You spent the night making millionaire shortbread.
I did. I just wanted you to feel better. But yeah, John's favourite treat is millionaire shortbread. So yeah, I spent the night making you millionaire shortbread to bring up in a wee Tupperware dish.
That's right.
To make you feel better.
Yeah, it was good. It was awesome.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
So you came pick me up to the hospital and drove home, and I had to wear a neck brace for I can't remember, sleeping with it for a month or something.
Yeah, it was a month or 6 weeks. It was quite a while.
Yeah, I remember having to sleep in bed with a neck brace, which sucked.
Yeah.
And then wear it walking about as well sometimes, eh?
Yeah. Then I remember you fell asleep in the car as well, and you slumped right forward. You looked like a puppet that had its strings cut.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you were just like that. So like every 15 minutes I was having to wake you up to straighten your back out. Because I thought,
course,
if you don't need, surgery now, you're going to by the time we get home.
I was slumped over.
Yeah.
Mad, eh? In fact, that's not the maddest part. The maddest part. So yeah, sorry. Get back to I was wearing a neck brace for 6 weeks or whatever it was. I had to wear one for a few weeks walking about as well, but I still had this race 2 weeks later. So, like, the whole thing was training for this race, 6-hour endurance race, which was 2 weeks after I crashed. So I remember when I left the hospital, I asked the doctor, like, when can I get back on a bike?
Yeah.
And he says, no, you're talking 6 to 8 months, something like that.
Yeah.
6 to 8 months. So in my head I'm thinking, shit, I've got a race in 2 weeks' time. Like, there's no way I can get back on a bike. So anyway, being the idiot I am, I decided to race 2 weeks later.
Yep.
So that happened. Went up to the event, took the bike. I took loads of painkillers, and the whole idea was just do one lap, because it's as I said, it's the track is like one track. You just do it as many times as you can in 6 hours. So I thought, we'll just do one lap, see how I feel. If I feel okay, I'll do another lap and just see how it goes.
Yep.
So I ended up finishing the race. Ended up finishing 18th, I think it was.
You finished remarkably high up the field for being buckled.
I know. I finished 18th at 133. That's what it was. So I done better than the previous year, which was the point.
Well, that was the whole point.
That was the whole point. So yeah, ended up racing, and then I took 4 months off the bike after that.
Yeah.
And then that was kind of the turning point. The whole crash and the race, that kind of started the path for Braw Beard.
Yeah.
Because if that didn't happen, I probably just would have went to work on Monday as normal and just continued doing what I was doing. I did go back to work later that week, but I also had to go through rehab and get this injury fixed. So yeah, so after the race, I decided that I need to get my back checked and get the recovery underway. So I met a guy called Richard White, who was in Musselburgh, a clinic in Musselburgh. He done acupuncture, various types of massage and sports therapy, that kind of stuff. So I went to see him, and he kind of put me in a sort of recovery program. So I kept visiting him, and then it was working. I was getting better. I was feeling more comfortable. The pain was subsiding, and I remember him. We were chatting about the anatomy because he'd realised I had an understanding for it.
Yeah.
So he did say, look, if you want to learn more, I can teach you. I've got a college, we run courses. So I was like, yep, sign me up. So signed up, paid the money, and done his courses. So yeah, so I met Richard White there, and started doing, like, I can't remember what the first course was. It was some type of massage. I can't remember. So there was various certificates I got. Like, there was Tweener massage, which was a Chinese one, Swedish sports massage, acupuncture, and for the courses I had to make massage oils.
Yep.
And so they gave us like base oils and stuff to play about with and get the right quantities and that. So I remember making massage oils for the course, and just that's how I developed my understanding for base oils and essential oils and stuff like that. So making massage oils for the course, passed the course. Then I was making hair oil for you because I knew you spent a lot of money on fancy hair oils.
I did, and half the time they were full of chemicals and made my hair dry out, whereas at least I could give you my specifications.
Yeah, totally.
And get it made to order whenever I needed it.
Exactly. Yeah, we just kind of tweak it, and then we could fragrance it however we wanted with the essential oils we had.
Yeah.
So I was making hair oil, it was working, and then I always had facial hair of varying types. big handlebar moustache and big sideburns and goatees and whatever. So I had facial hair, so I thought, well, if it's hair oil, surely it works on the beard as well. Even the beard's more coarse.
Yeah.
It's coarse hair. So it took a bit tailoring, and I got one I was kind of happy with. So yeah, I made a beard oil, and that's kind of what started Braw Beard Oil, because I made this beard oil, and it, as I say, it took quite a few months to get right, not to the point I was happy with it. And then once I was happy with it, I had it in bottles. We got bottles for Richard when I was doing the course. I would give it to family and friends and say, look, try this on your facial hair and see what happens, see if it works, and let me know what you think. And it was positive feedback that was coming back. So I thought, maybe we can do something with this.
Yeah.
And I remember telling a few people, it's beard oil, you put it on your beard, and folk were like, what? They just didn't see it. Seemed normal to put it in your hair, but not your beard for some reason.
Yeah. Like, I remember people looking at you and us as well, just like, we had like 3 heads.
I know.
Like, you want to do what with what?
I know. Because beard oil wasn't really a thing back then. When I made the first bottle of our stuff, I was like, I hadn't heard of beard oil before.
No.
It was oil for my beard. That's all it was. And then after I started the brand, then I started doing some research, and as far as I'm aware, no one's proved me wrong yet that we were the first in Scotland.
I think we were. Like, I've not seen anything to the contrary.
No. So I think we were the first beard care brand in Scotland that we know of. There was one in England. After doing research, I found one in England, and there was a few in the States and America. Yeah. So it was a product that was on the market. And then, I don't know, it was like a year and a bit later, that's when the beard trend kicked in.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, the beard movement just kind of exploded. Everybody was growing facial hair, and it worked in our favour. Like, it definitely worked in our favour, but I'm sick of being called a fucking hipster.
Oh,
it's just like,
I
know. It's constant.
I mean, look at you.
I know.
For Christ's sake.
And I'm sitting in my boxer shorts. No, I'm not. But
a big hole in them.
yeah. No, I know. I'm far from a hipster. Like, it's not me at all.
No, we are genuinely one of the scruffiest people I know. It suits you.
Thank you.
But consistently scruffy.
This is how I dress every day.
Minimal effort required.
It genuinely is. T-shirt, jeans. What trainers on?
I don't know. But the bonus is, though, it means that I need to put in very, very little effort to look decent. Because compared to your scruffiness, I'm pretty much sorted.
I know, that's true.
So thanks.
My smart clothing is a kilt. I've got the full kilt outfit, which I bought for our wedding.
Yep.
That's my smart outfit. So where were we? We went to a wedding, right? We went to a wedding. Didn't mention any names, but we went to a wedding, and everybody was in smart suits and stuff.
Right.
And I actually had to buy a pair of cheap trousers, and I wore a checkered shirt.
Whose was that? I can't remember.
Well, I don't want to say, but
okay.
You know the one I'm talking about, right?
I think so, yeah.
So. Oh, it's embarrassing looking at the photos because everybody's in smart dress and I'm like a dick on the end, standing in a checkered shirt. And so yeah, I go jeans, t-shirt, and then straight to kilt. I need to get a smart outfit for in the middle.
Yeah, I think so.
Just in case we win any awards or anything.
How
chances are fucking slim.
How come when I suggest that maybe on occasion you might need something a little in between, you look at me like I've got 3 heads, tell me to piss off?
Because I never tell you to piss off, but I can
Along
always
those lines.
I can always work out a combination to get me by. It usually involves wearing a hat as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So went off a tangent there. Where were we? We were talking.
No idea.
Yeah.
Just here shooting the shit, really.
Yeah, as we said.
Making the first beard oil.
Yes.
Put it to market a year and a half later.
Yes.
Not a hipster.
Not hipster. That's it.
Cop.
That's it. Right, cool. So, cheers, thank you.
It's quite alright, that's what I'm here for.
So
it's the only reason I was allowed to come along.
And look pretty, because I struggle with that.
Thanks.
So made the first bottle of our beard oil. Gave it to family and friends, and used the ingredients that we had. And then I was getting the positive feedback back in the people seemed happy with it. So I thought, let's give this a shot. We'll see if we can make it a product.
Yep.
So I used £300 of my own money to buy just kit, really, like bottles, empty bottles, more base oil, more essential oils. Essential oils I hadn't used before as well. I was wanting to experiment a bit. Measuring spoons.
Don't miss them.
Oh shit, I know. So yeah, that kind of stuff, and then started making different types and just see what fragrances we could come up with, and using essential oils that I knew were beneficial for like hair and skin.
Yeah.
And we'd mix them together, see what fragrances we would get, and we ended up with what became Wolver.
Yeah, which took a lot of experimenting, like the different ratios of different
Oh,
oils and everything.
It did.
Don't know how many versions we went through to achieve that first bottle.
No, I know. There was, well, that's the thing, like, you do need to get the right ratio of base oil to essential oils. Otherwise, you can actually do damage. I'm sure there's companies out there that don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
That, essential oils can be hazardous if you use too much of them. So there is a certain ratio you need to work to. So I knew that anyway from the massage oils and stuff. So we had that going in our favour. So yeah, done a bit of testing, and it ended up with 3 oils, which became Wolver. Wolver was the first one we ever done, then Grafter and Lover.
Yeah.
So there was 3. We had the woody type in Grafter, the sweet smell in Lover, and the kind of musky, musky mentholy one of Wolver, which is still a firm favourite. People love that one. So they were the kind of 3 we stuck with. And then, do you remember the first labels that we done?
I tried to forget them.
Oh man, right. So
everything about the initial production methods were painful, but those labels were particularly painful to look at.
Yeah.
To create.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. To create, they were a nightmare, because I never had a label machine or anything like that. I never had the connections really to make labels.
Didn't have the money to make to order the labels.
Well, that's it. That's exactly it. We didn't have the money either. So what we would do is I'd design it on. I designed the label and printed it off on a desktop printer, and then the place I used to work was a graphics company. So like, this sounds wrong, because I was printing a desktop printer and they printed graphics, but it was large format graphics, so they couldn't print the fine detail.
Yeah.
Like the ingredient bit. Mm-hmm. So I had to do it on a desktop printer. Then got it laminated at work, and then we had to put double-sided tape on the back of it.
Yeah.
So the label was super thick.
And then cut the labels out with a scalpel.
That's right.
As well, so they were like completely neat.
It was a cutting mat and a scalpel and a ruler, eh?
Awful. It took so long.
So there you go, right? So we had the empty bottle. We had to put the ingredients in with measuring spoons.
Yep.
And then the essential oils in with the droppers, obviously. Count each drop that went in. Then screw the lid on. Then make these labels up, which it seemed to take forever. So we really made small batches, eh?
Yeah, I mean, can you imagine, like, the batches that we make now? Can you imagine doing them with measuring spoons?
No.
It was kind of a double-edged sword, actually, because when we first started getting orders, and even if it was just family and friends, I'm like, oh, this is really cool. Like we're actually like making sales. Yeah. Then like, oh crap, we actually need to make them.
I know. That was the thing.
Going through that whole process.
Yeah.
It would take about 4 times the time it does now.
At least. Easy. But like, we made it in batches to order. We basically made it to order, because it was a nightmare to make. Whereas now we're still making small batches, but at least we've got a streamlined process in doing it.
Yeah, it's small batches for freshness.
Yeah.
Not because it's so horrific to make as it was to begin with.
Exactly. So yeah, it was a nightmare making it at the start, but we were giving it to sort of family and friends as a finished product then, and still getting a good feedback, and they were spreading it by word of mouth. It was getting out there by word of mouth that we've got this product. So I thought, shit, we need a name, like a brand name.
Yeah.
And that's when I was just driving somewhere, and I was like, something, this beard oil, that beard oil, this beard oil, that beard oil, just coming up with daft names. And then Braw, I used to use the word Braw all the time, in its correct context, but so yeah, Braw Beard Oil had a good ring to it. Braw Beard Oil. So, right, that's what we're calling it Braw Beard. Oh, it was Braw Beard Oils back then because it was just beard oils. And I thought, I need a strap line. What can the strap line be? And then, but I don't know how I came up with it, but it was just for stubble to skiff and rubble. So it basically means it's the beard oil can be used on stubble to any length of beard, like skiff and rubble. In Scotland, skiffing means like scraping, or just missing. So yeah, for stubble to just missing the ground. So that kind of covered all bases, really.
Yeah, pretty much.
So that was the strap line, and yeah, that's kind of how it started. And then from there, I guess people were getting in touch, saying, like, sending me messages, maybe text message then, I reckon. Just
must have been.
I think I was on Facebook at that point, but oh, maybe it was. Anyway, I was getting messages just saying, look, have you got beard oil? Like, how do I get it? I was like, shit, right, now I need to make it proper.
Yeah.
So went to the local business gateway, I think it was.
Yeah.
And asked them how to set up a company, really. So went to them, they gave me the information how to set up a company. So done that, and I needed to get safety assessments for the products to sell to the public because it's a cosmetic, really.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you don't really want to go burn anyone's beard or face off or anything like that.
Nah, exactly. And I try to do everything properly. So went and got safety assessments done. Had to get the insurance, which cost a fortune back then because no one really knew what beard oil was.
Yeah, it was like witchcraft or something like that.
Aye, well, just because I had the name oil in it as well, I think people thought it was hazardous.
Yeah.
So the original insurance cost us a fortune. It's come down now because obviously it's a massive market now. It's a known product. So yeah, that was cool. But
I think you'll also have, like with all insurances, it'll come down because you've got the track record of not doing anyone any harm, whereas to begin with you were just some total random making cosmetics essentially.
I know, because that's the thing. We I remember we used to sit. Well, we made the very first batch. It's like on the living room table.
Yeah.
Just with the measuring spoons and counting the drops and stuff. And then, at some point early on, we moved it into a kind of wee workshop.
I was so pleased to get our coffee table back.
I know.
So pleased. Because you wouldn't be able to put your cups down because there'd be merchandise or labels or oils somewhere. And then after we actually made the orders up, then they were in the living room as well as what they call the packing equipment as well.
Yeah.
And it was just so nice to actually be able to walk through the living room again.
I know.
And put a cup down on the coffee table.
It's crazy. I tend to forget about that until we start talking.
Yeah.
It's like, it just seems so long ago.
Yeah.
Which I guess it kind of was. Was it? This will be the 7th year this year.
Yeah. I mean, so it was quite a wee while ago.
Yeah. But yeah, that's right. It was, I just remember boxes and boxes of bottles and pipettes. Jiffy bags, that's right. So yeah, that's kind of how it started, I guess. Just in the living room by accident. It was totally by accident. And stumbled upon this product with making massage oils, essentially.
Yep.
And then hair oil and then beard oil. And then from there, we had the small batches and then just word of mouth. People started asking for it, didn't they?
Yeah.
And then we made... Well, one of my friends was a website designer, so I went to see him, get his advice, and he set up a website for us. And kind of from there, that's when it started to take off, eh?
Yeah.
Because it was more accessible.
Yeah.
Like, I had no idea really how to work social media. I just made that up as I went along, and I still am, really.
Yeah, to some degree.
But yeah, I kind of know what I'm doing now, but it's like even this podcast. I've never done a podcast before.
No, certainly not.
I've borrowed the equipment, and I was just like...
it may well show when we edit it and
it probably will. It probably will look shit or sound shit, I don't know. But like the Brawtherhood, our community, we've built this community called the Brawtherhood, which is amazing. It's a great bunch of people, isn't it?
They're awesome.
They're amazing. It's just great. It's great seeing So, sorry, the way the Brawtherhood came about was in 2013, I think it started happening.
Yeah.
People started getting the product, they bought it off the website, obviously, get the product, and they'd send us pictures of them sitting with their beard oil. And
which I don't think is anything we actually asked them to do
no,
either.
it's not. They just started
did
emailing
it.
them in.
Yeah. Which was so cool.
It was very cool.
Like,
it was
people
awesome.
actually liked it enough, and the brand as well as the product, to send us a picture of them with it. I never think to do that with anything.
Nah,
I didn't then anyway.
That's it. You wouldn't go to the high street, buy a bottle of shampoo and send the picture of the manufacturer. But I think we were just obviously accessible.
Yeah.
And people, I don't know, maybe felt some connection with us and just thought, I'll send a photo back, show my appreciation for the brand sort of thing. But this happened more than I expected.
Yeah.
So I was basically sitting on a bank of photos, and we were in a restaurant in Edinburgh. I remember we went out, I think it was 2013, we were out for a meal, and I had told you that people had been sending me all these photos with the products. And I says, look, I need to do something on the website to showcase this. And I need to kind of give it a name. And we were just sitting talking, and it's like, Brawtherhood. We'll call it the Brawtherhood, as in the Brotherhood, but the Brawtherhood, obviously. So that's what we've done. And it's not just the guys, it's like ladies. We've got lady customers, guy customers,
non-binary.
Yeah, so everybody's included. It's such a cool community, but the only thing that kind of they have in common is the fact that Braw Beard customers.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty special thing, I think. So yeah, it started off as a gallery just on the website, and then it's become a Facebook group, and we've had a few meetups and stuff like that as well. But what I was getting to was the Brawtherhood. Some of the people in there were saying, look, you need to do it'd be cool to see a podcast, like get to know the brand a little bit more. So that's what we're doing now, is running this podcast. It may look shit, it may sound shit, I don't know. We're just making up as we go along.
Yeah, we'll find out when we edit it and broadcast it.
Exactly. Like the Brawtherhood have asked for it, so it's happening. But that's kind of what I'm getting to with the starting the brand. I never knew how to do it. I wasn't a businessman.
No.
I just go with the flow. Just go with my gut instinct and try and make it work. So that's what we're doing here. And that's kind of getting back to what I was saying at school. Like, I wasn't confident at school. I hated talking in front of people. I hated talking to girls. Like, as soon as you were interested, I made you sign the contract and get married. And so
that just kind of makes it sound like I was your first and only option.
Nah, you weren't.
Thanks for that. Just marriage by default. Can feel the love in the air here, can't you?
Yeah. So change the subject for there. I'm joking.
Moving swiftly on.
So what I was saying was the confidence thing. I hate talking in front of people. At school, I hated getting on stage and talking. Yeah. You know, we had to recite poetry or whatever. I hated that. So this is a way of me getting over that as well. Like, I started the daily vlog in 2017, which I gave up on a daily thing because it was a bit of a nightmare to keep producing content when I'm sitting doing emails and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's shit. So I just try and do like event vlogs and stuff like that now. But even talking to the camera, talking to a microphone, talking to you guys and sharing this conversation, it helps me get over that as well.
Yeah.
So it's just progression. It's progression.
Yeah. I can't say that I particularly enjoy. I think very, very few people actually like going and putting themselves out there, but the more you do it, the easier it gets.
Well, that's it.
Just incrementally.
Yeah, totally. Like, I know, like, I don't know if a couple of like public speaking gigs now. Like, people are interested in the story, so I've been on stage talking to people, sharing the story, and it's nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Like, and that was always my thing, was if somebody says to me, do you want to do a public speaking gig? I try and go with my gut reaction and just say yes there and then that's it, I'm committed after that.
Yeah.
I need to put in the work and make it happen. Like, there's an event coming up in September that we know about that I'm not going to share on this, but it's a big deal.
It is.
There's a lot of pressure. It's a big deal. And
that's going to be a sweaty palm day.
it sure is. So again, I just committed to it. I was just like, yes, I'll do it, and then I'll just make it work. You know what I mean? I'll do the work and make it as professional as possible. So yeah, this is the podcast. So that's kind of episode 1, eh? We wanted to just give a bit of background into how the brand started, just kind of what we faced as it started. And the next episode, we're kind of going to talk about, or we're hoping to talk about, where we took the brand after the website was built and after the initial orders came in. It started to gain traction. So episode 2, we're kind of going to talk about the direction it went after that. So yeah, that's episode 1.
Cool.
Happy with that?
Yep. You happy?
Yep. Sweet.
Excellent.
Thanks for watching the Braw Cast.
Thank you.
See you in the next episode.
See you in a bit.